Michael Jackson was arguably the most famous person on planet Earth when his heart stopped beating on June 25, 2009. The world learned about the shocking tragedy through confusing headlines and chaotic news reports that stunned millions in an instant. A powerful entertainer known for spectacular shows and endless energy was suddenly silenced, leaving behind a global empire of questions. His death certificate ultimately declared acute propofol intoxication, pointing a definitive finger at the actions of his personal physician. The simplified narrative was easy for authorities to publish and for millions of mourning fans around the world to repeat. A singular scapegoat was found, but did this explanation truly capture the complexity of Michael Jackson's unusual and high-pressure life? The public narrative locked into place, but investigators began to peel back the polished layers of the official explanation. How could one man's negligence erase a life so thoroughly, so completely, and so shockingly as the world watched? If his death was truly just a simple overdose, why did it leave so many terrifying secrets buried in the shadows? The easy answer felt incomplete, a convenient solution that left a haunting trail of unanswered questions for investigators to uncover next. A shocking secret discovered in the bedroom was that Michael used surgical gowns as sleepwear during his final days. Dr. Conrad Murray claimed he only left the superstar's bedside for a few brief minutes, supposedly to use the restroom. But call logs later revealed a pattern of lengthy phone conversations. During the critical time, he said he was monitoring Michael. When he returned, Murray found the world's biggest entertainer unresponsive, not breathing, with a pulse fading quickly to nothing. The scene Murray described was calm, yet the room became a silent, isolated tomb where a global icon passed. How could a medical professional witness a life slip away so passively, especially a life so globally valuable and unique? The timing of his calls, the missing minutes, and the unusual location of the propofol all painted a disturbing portrait. A powerful story was about to collapse, revealing terrifying secrets hidden within the walls of this rented mansion. If Michael Jackson was being monitored, why did he die alone, surrounded only by the medical equipment that failed him? The simple death narrative was about to break wide open, exposing a reality far darker than anyone could have imagined. Michael Jackson was on a global, history-making comeback tour, preparing 50 sold-out shows at London's immense O2 Arena. The public narrative presented to the entire world was a powerful story of rebirth, resilience, and unparalleled artistic triumph. Yet the shocking reality of his physical frailty was a truth his demanding promoters desperately needed to keep hidden from fans. Dr. Murray was officially hired to oversee Michael's health, ensuring the fragile star could fulfill the unprecedented grueling tour schedule. Fans worldwide eagerly purchased tickets, creating a shared global excitement that completely masked the dangerous dysfunction bubbling just beneath. How could the intense pressure of a multi-million-dollar comeback demand the risky medical treatments that ultimately killed him? The tour promoters were heavily invested, needing Michael healthy at any cost, regardless of the potential danger involved. This public-facing narrative was a carefully constructed mask, and investigators were now beginning to see the real cracks. The world accepted the comeback story, but was it a genuine return to power or merely a profitable final illusion? The official story was crumbling, and a new, more terrifying reality was about to be exposed to the light. Michael Jackson's autopsy revealed the presence of multiple drugs, but the most shocking was a high dose of propofol. This powerful anesthetic, a milky white fluid, is designed exclusively for complex hospital surgeries and never, ever for home insomnia. Authorities discovered multiple bottles of the drug inside Michael's rented home, creating an unprecedented and shocking crime scene. The lead detective called it the smoking gun of the entire case, proving gross negligence or possibly worse. But who would ever agree to provide such a potent and dangerous substance for a simple sleep problem? The official explanation pointed only to Dr. Murray, but investigators knew that propofol is a tightly controlled hospital substance. Did Michael demand the drug himself, unaware of its true danger, or was he a vulnerable patient easily manipulated? The investigation was widening, and new evidence was starting to point to a potentially more expansive, hidden network. Propofol wasn't just a mistake. It was the ultimate, fatal connection to a terrifying secret life of medical dependence. The shocking truth about this drug was only the beginning of a much larger and much darker story. In a shocking move, Michael Jackson announced that "This Is It" would be his final concert performances ever. The unexpected global statement instantly created a frenzy of demand, selling out all 50 arena shows in record time. This comeback tour was not merely about music. It was a powerful, multi-million-dollar corporate machine for many entities. Michael needed the massive revenue to settle overwhelming debts and stabilize his fragile, complex, and dwindling personal fortune. But the immense physical pressure of preparing 50 elaborate stadium shows was taking a devastating, hidden toll on his health. How could any human, let alone one battling exhaustion and insomnia, possibly survive such an unprecedented, demanding schedule? His tour promoters, AEG Live, were deeply invested, needing Michael on stage to protect their massive financial interests. The pressure mounted daily, pushing a legendary performer to a point that few could truly understand or even imagine. Was this historical comeback his triumphant swan song, or the unintended catalyst for his shocking, untimely, and unexpected end? The world watched with excitement, completely unaware that a much darker story was quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Behind the elaborate stage sets, Michael Jackson was shocking doctors by weighing barely 136 pounds at death. The once electric dancer who mesmerized millions was now a frail man struggling to simply survive daily life. Autopsy reports shockingly detailed the evidence of previous medical procedures and significant scar tissue across his delicate body. His lungs were chronically inflamed, yet he was pushed daily to prepare the most grueling concert series of his career. How could a human body survive such extreme, conflicting pressures of physical exhaustion and immense public demand? Dr. Murray was supposedly managing Michael's health, yet these severe physical issues were somehow completely overlooked or ignored. The powerful image of a global superstar was a total, complete, and dangerous illusion masking severe physical vulnerability. The relentless march to London's O2 Arena was not a celebration, but rather a terrifying countdown for a failing body. Was his death an inevitable physical collapse, or a direct consequence of a system that demanded a performance over health? The mask of invincible stardom was slipping, and the horrifying truth about his body was about to be fully exposed. In a shocking and desperate phone call, Michael Jackson told a trusted friend, "They are going to kill me." He felt the immense pressure building and was terrified of the dark forces he believed were manipulating his life. This shocking fear of powerful, unseen entities was not new, but during the comeback, it became all-consuming paranoia. Who were the shadowy, Michael constantly referenced, And why was he so deeply convinced they desired his end? The incredible financial pressure from the tour, along with paralyzing debts, created a perfect storm of emotional dread. Investigators discovered alarming security logs detailing unusual requests Michael made to enhance his immediate daily protection. Was this deep paranoia a symptom of sleep deprivation, or a chilling realization of a genuine, dark threat? His fear seemed irrational to some, but for the man living inside that incredible storm, it was intensely real. Could the powerful entities pushing his comeback have inadvertently created the very danger he so desperately and secretly feared? This unexplained terror adds a layer of complexity that challenges the official story of a simple accidental overdose. In a truly shocking twist, a major part of the crucial security video from the mansion simply disappeared forever. The entire evening surveillance from multiple key camera angles was missing, leaving a giant, void-filled timeline. This critical evidence was never found, and no one could ever explain why the digital systems had suddenly failed. Furthermore, entire bags of dangerous pharmaceutical drugs were missing from the crime scene before police arrived, whose powerful interests were served by erasing this vital evidence, and how could they possibly operate so effectively? These profound anomalies point to a potentially much larger, more powerful cleanup operation that went far beyond gross negligence. How could Dr. Murray, a supposed personal physician, execute such a thorough, extensive, and calculated environmental cleaning? The glaring lack of definitive answers makes the official narrative feel increasingly unstable, incomplete, and highly convenient for some. Every missing piece of the story strengthens the argument that Michael Jackson's death was more than a simple accident. The official case is closed, but for those searching for genuine truth, the investigation is far from finished. In a shocking courtroom moment, a witness revealed that Dr. Murray waited almost 20 minutes to call 911. This lengthy delay completely sealed Michael's fate, ensuring emergency medical treatment would arrive far too late for him. The entire case hinges on whether this action was gross negligence or a potentially more deliberate, calculated, and malicious plan. Were the immense pressures pushing his comeback tour relevant to this severe and completely inexcusable medical failure? Many investigators privately questioned if Dr. Murray was merely a convenient fall guy for a much larger, more powerful entity. Propofol is a tightly controlled substance, yet it was shockingly readily available in a simple rented home for months. Could the incredible financial stakes have inadvertently, or purposefully, created a system that demanded Michael's performance over his life? The simple answer of negligent homicide feels inadequate to explain the bizarre circumstances and immense external influences. The world accepted the official conclusion, but the persistent anomalies suggest a potentially darker and more complex truth. The trail of evidence has run cold, but the profound questions about Michael Jackson's final moments still demand answers. The shocking truth is that the final documentary film, This Is It, was released just 4 months after his death. AEG Live and Michael Jackson's estate generated hundreds of millions from the film and related posthumous projects. The incredible commercial success was spectacular, creating a triumphant final narrative for a beloved icon whose life ended tragically. However, the powerful story presented in the film was a total, complete, and convenient fabrication of his health. Did Michael Jackson truly find his final peace, or was his life's ultimate performance merely another carefully managed asset? The persistent mysteries surrounding his final, desperate months continue to hauntingly challenge the polished official narrative. A world-famous man's entire life was consumed by immense fame, complex choices, and relentless public scrutiny. His music endures, but the profound silence surrounding his true final moments speaks volumes to those who listen. How can a simple, definitive medical conclusion truly provide closure for such a powerful and complex human existence? Was Michael Jackson's untimely death a tragic medical error, or the ultimate price paid for an unprecedented legacy?